Hello everyone, welcome back to Godspeed. For today we'll be reviewing the facelifted version of the Hyundai Xcent. The Xcent had been launched in 2014 and had received a facelift in 2018. This car had also gotten a BS6 update. It has now been discontinued and has been replaced by the Aura. It is still a premium product. This looks really nice, feels premium, and you can get BS6 and BS4 options for as low as 6 to 6.5 lakhs. Okay, now let's check out the engine of this car. Let's pop up the hood. The BS4 Xcent gets two engine options: the 1.2 litre 3-cylinder CRDi Diesel Engine producing 75 horsepower and 190 Newton meters of torque, and a petrol, not a turbo petrol, a naturally aspirated petrol producing 83 horsepower and 114 Newton meters of torque. It also gets a petrol automatic for the BS4. The front looks pretty premium, I'd say. The huge grille along with the bumper layout looks pretty modern, looks neat, I like it. However, the headlights look out of place in this otherwise well designed front. The headlights have been carried over from the previous Xcent. It looks weird, if I'm being honest. It's got no projector headlamps, just got a normal bulb design, which, honestly, there should have been projectors in this, but there's some cost cutting here, as we can see. Lower down we got the fog lamps, which have an interesting design, interesting housing. DRLs present above the fog lamps themselves, and is surrounded by a black plastic. It's just a single bulb inside, and there's no projector here as well. Moving on, we see the massive chrome grille. It is the Hyundai family of grills, signature Hyundai grill with horizontal slats, and it also houses the Hyundai logo. There's a lot of chrome going on over here. Okay, moving on to the side, it remains totally unchanged, except for the alloys, and the design doesn't feel good. It feels vanilla, and the tires look 2 sizes too small. Side design seems pretty bland, to be honest. As you can see on the doors here, there's no keyless entry, but you get remote unlock on the key. The rear of the car, on the other hand, is the best looking part of the car. It looks absolutely fantastic. The bumper design is great, with kings at the corners just like at the front, and there's a black bar lower down to break continuity, to give your eyes a little relief. Tail lights are nicely designed. It's all LED, which is a good thing that Honda decided to do. And there's a chrome bar which runs along the middle of the boot lid, joining the tail lights. Let's get inside the back seat now. Before sitting down, let's just check out the door. Okay, and as you can see, there's a matte silver finish on the door handles, which kind of give it a premium feel to the interior. It does not feels plasticky to hold, but it elevates the interior of the car. And the interior scheme is black and beige, which is also continued on the door. Quality of this switch, the quality of this window switch is below average though. There's a spacious door pocket. It also has space for 1 litre bottles as well, which is a nice touch. The passenger seat has been pushed fully ahead, and the driver's seat has been pulled completely behind. Okay, let's sit down. And with the seat pushed fully ahead, there's almost luxurious amounts of legroom over here. And if you are being chauffeured in your car, then that would be a great option. And the pretty good thing that Hyundai has done, they have offered magazine holders behind the seats, which isn't very common in this segment at least. Okay, let's move on to the other side. The other side has literally no legroom. There's no legroom whatsoever. Let's put the front seat up to my driving position. Let's see how the space is back here. Alright, this does not feel too bad. The space is acceptable. The knee room is good, and you can stretch your legs below the seat, so there's no shortage of space at the rear. And 3 people can sit comfortably over here. The seat cushioning is pretty nice. It feels comfortable. You won't feel fatigued after a long journey. We also get center armrests with twin cup holders here on the seats. We also get twin adjustable headrests instead of 3. There are also adjustable rear AC vents, And this was the first car to offer these in this segment back in around 2014-2015. This was one of its selling points. As you can see, the floor is totally flat. There is no transmission tunnel hump, and the third passenger won't have any issue sitting over here. Let's move on to the front. The front doors also have spacious door pockets with space for 1 litre bottles. And here we have electrically foldable mirrors at the press of a button. These mirrors do not fold and unfold automatically. You will have to do it manually. This is convenient to have over here. The key of the car is the flips, which has 3 functions, that is unlock, and automatic boot release. The quality is pretty good and it feels heavy. Feels reassuring to hold. That's pretty good. Let's turn on the car partially. Okay, here we have a multicolored analog instrument cluster with the TFT digital display at the bottom center. It gives a lot of info such as distance to empty, gear shift indicator, time, mileage, etc. The telltale lights are placed randomly across this instrument cluster. The tachometer redlines at 6000 RPM. The steering wheel feels fantastic to hold. Even though the design is plain, it still feels absolutely amazing to hold. The buttons are of high quality, and lower down on the third spoke we get buttons for call, receive, call, end. And it even comes with voice commands, which is great. The buttons on the right side are used to adjust the TFT screen. The dashboard has a simple design. It's not too robust, it's pretty functional. However, the quality is pretty great. The main highlight of the center console is the 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which wasn't available in the previous pre-facelift model. It has touchscreen input as well as physical buttons, which are of phenomenal quality. I mean, these are a delight to use. Below that we have AC vents, which are manual in this variant, the SX variant, and not automatic, but they feel great to use. Below the AC controls we have a small storage area where you can keep your phone with a nice clicky lid, which is of great quality as well. The quality inside the cabin is pretty darn good. Inside this cubbyhole we also get a 12-volt charging socket, a USB port, and an aux port. They're placed pretty deep inside, which is not ergonomic. They should have changed the position of this. Shouldn't have kept these over here. I mean, it's not ergonomic at all. The gear lever is a work of art. I mean, it is just like the steering wheel. It is fantastic, dude. The glass and aluminum build feels amazing to hold. It has been shaped very well too. To put the gear in reverse, you have to slot in the gear lever the other way. You have to press a button in order to shift, and which feels pretty satisfying to click. There are twin cup holders behind the gear lever, which are a little too small. It could have been a bit bigger to store like 1 litre bottles. And behind that there's a really small storage space. I don't know for what. Let's get to the touchscreen next. The touchscreen has a decent resolution. It's very responsive. It's kind of addictive to use, and it has support for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And the sound quality is quite nice too. There's blue backlighting on the buttons, which look modern. The panel gaps are a bit inconsistent, however. The glove box is a decent sized unit. It is cooled as well, which is nice to have. The steering wheel only has height adjust and not to reach, so that's a limitation. The infotainment system has voice command, as I had shown earlier. There's a button for that, and the mic to receive your voice is placed on the roof. The rear view mirror is manual dimming, no auto dimming mirror here. In terms of safety, the Xcent gets ABS with ABD and dual SRS airbags. It hasn't been through global NCAP test yet, so we don't know how it will perform there. However, Hyundai claims it to be safe, so there's that. Okay, so this was it for our review for the Hyundai Xcent. It's a pretty well-rounded package and has very little letdowns. And if you're on a tight budget and are looking for a premium compact sedan, then look no further than this.